Can the Bighorn Outdoors gas pizza oven deliver on pizza night? And what kind of jokes do pizzas like? Second one's easy. Cheesy ones. I want to thank Bighorn Outdoors for sponsoring this video and sending over this big boy pizza oven. And when I say big boy, I mean it. This thing has a 14.7-inch interior cooking dimension. You could cook up to 14-inch pies, family-size pies in this guy. And you don't have to rotate them because it has burners on both sides. Putting it together was a breeze. It took me maybe 5 minutes and I didn't even have to read the instructions. Okay, I read them afterwards, but it was so simple. It basically comes pre-assembled. All you have to do is add the feet and this little guy, and that's basically it. This is a gas propane pizza oven, so you're gonna need to get yourself a tank to run it off of. After you put it all together, hook up your propane tank and then get a spray bottle and put some dish soap in it and make like a soapy water solution. And then you're gonna wanna spray this in 2 areas. One, all over the connection on the propane tank, right where you plug it in. Make sure there are no leaks. Once you spray it, wait like a minute or two. If it has a leak, you will see bubbling happening. Big bubbles will start to happen. If you don't see any bubbling or nothing happening, you're good to go. And then there's one spot underneath the grill. You gotta kind of tip the grill on its side a little bit and spray it and check for leaks. Once you know you don't have any leaks, we can move on to the next step. This unit has built-in igniters for the burners, and they run off a battery that you put in the back. Now that battery is not included, so you are gonna need one AAA battery. We're gonna take our door off. To turn it on, push the knob in and turn it to the lightning bolt. It's just a small little turn there, and you're gonna hear a clicking sound, and then your burner should light. And there you go, it is on. Now, this is the very first time I'm using this, so I'm gonna do a burn in, and I'm just gonna let this guy burn on high for like 30 minutes. I'm gonna actually do it with the door on. While that's heating up, we are gonna knock out a New York style pizza sauce. This is based off of the Serious Eats recipe for New York style pizza sauce with a small deviation. I like to use these San Marzano style tomatoes. They taste good and they don't cost that much, and I can't tell the difference between the real ones and these. I've done the test. You're gonna wanna get whole peeled tomatoes and get yourself a food processor. Pop them in here and give them a blitz. Next up, get yourself a pan, something deep, big enough to hold all this sauce. You're gonna put it over medium heat. To this pan, you are gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil and a tablespoon of butter. Cook that till it melts. Once that has melted, add in a good amount of garlic. That's probably like a teaspoon of sugar, and a healthy pinch of salt. Cook this on medium-low heat for about 3 minutes until it's nice and fragrant, but not yet browned. Once you see your garlic start to begin to brown, go ahead and add in your tomatoes. Then add in a teaspoon of oregano, granulated garlic, and granulated onion. Kendi uses whole onion halves in his, but it's too much work for me. Mix it in all nice and good. And then set this on a burner on the lowest heat possible. You barely want bubbles happening, and simmer it for 1 hour. By now, our pizza oven has already reached 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and I wanna make some meatballs to go on my pizza. I wanna cook these around 400, so I'm gonna turn these burners down. Right now, according to my little infrared thermometer, that pizza stone is already at like 730 degrees. Nice and warm. We don't need it that hot. We're gonna let that cool down a little bit. We're gonna pour a little bit of extra virgin olive oil into this pan. And I am being super lazy. These are some Italian style meatballs from my local Publix. They're actually pretty good. That's what I'm going to use. Just gonna kind of toss them in this, hit them with a pinch of salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of onion powder. And these are gonna go in there. These are gonna take anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. It has only been 9 minutes and those things are basically done. We're gonna slice them and put them on the pizza and let them finish the rest of the way on the pizza if they're not fully cooked, but that was quick. Those are some amazing looking meatballs. Those are going to be perfect for our pizza. Now we need some fresh mozzarella, sliced and shredded, and a little bit of fresh tomato. Since we are almost ready to pizza, I'm gonna turn that bad boy all the way up to high. Let's see how it does on high. Bighorn provides you a pizza peel, and it is a foldable one, which is pretty nice. But for me, it's not quite big enough. I have this big wooden one, which allows me to make larger pizzas, which is what I'm going to use. Put a little bit of flour down on my surface here. And what I have here is a very nice New York style pizza dough that I get from a vendor online. They come frozen, really good. Stay tuned, I will be letting you know more about this in the future. And the first thing we're gonna do is just kind of punch down some of this air, and we should be able to just hand stretch this guy into a pretty good sized pie. Look how easy that was to work with. I like to build my pies right on my pizza peel. I'm gonna take some semolina flour. This will help with the sticking. And we're gonna go right down onto the pizza peel. Okay, once I have my slide, take some of our pizza sauce. You don't want too much. And I go almost all the way to the ends on these. And this is our fresh looking pie. So we're gonna take our cheese in chunks. This is kind of more like your artisan style pizza. We'll do just a few slices of the tomato, fresh basil, drizzle of olive oil, sprinkle of salt. Our stone is reading 700 degrees. That's gonna be plenty. Check my pie. Hopefully I still have slidage. And fail to launch. This was an absolute disaster. I did not have enough semolina underneath it and it stuck and the dough was soft. It was just a mess. That was horrible. I need to do better. Now I am gonna use their peel to try and save my butt and get this guy out. Under 2 minutes. It's cooked pretty well other than these sides which got burned because the pizza was a funny shape. It was too close to the burners. Probably need to keep it a little bit smaller and a little bit more away from the burner, but overall for as bad as I did, that's not a bad pie. For our next pie, we need to slice meatballs nice and thin. No different from the other pie. We are gonna go ahead and stretch our dough, add our sauce, then we're gonna add our cheese and our meatballs. Please slide, yes. We are sliding. Perfect. 50 seconds. Okay. That guy is actually a little close to the burner, so we are gonna rotate. I know they say you don't need to rotate, but I wanna keep that guy away from the burner a little bit. Oh. And then I noticed my B cam wasn't rolling, so I put it back in so I could get the B cam shot. And in the time that happened, I burned the pizza. I can't give up. I got one more dough left. Let's try to make a perfect pie. Nothing different here. Same process as before. And into the oven it goes. 1 minute, 20 seconds. And that boy is done. Vindication. Yes. Those are some good looking pizzas and meatballs. Nice underside. Got the good spotting going on there. Oh yeah, that's a good pie. Fully cooked. Let's try our meatball. He got a little more well done on the bottom. Oh, I lost the meatball. That's sad. Oh, it's so good. My tip for making pies on this, do it a little bit lower because you might get a little bit too much browning on the bottom for you, but meatballs are fantastic. That is the easiest to use pizza oven I have ever tested. I've done a lot of pizzas and that one is just so simple. Turn it on, set it to what you want, and go. If I wasn't filming, I wouldn't have made any mistakes. Pretty good. If you'd like more information on it, link will be in the description. If you want to subscribe, you could do that. If you want to become a member, you could also do that. So, with all that out of the way, I guess there's only one question left to answer. Why was the meatball sitting alone? Because it was too saucy. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, cook some pretty amazing pizza, but one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye. This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on. And fail to launch. This is terrible. This is probably the worst I've ever done.